Hi guys, I want to talk about 3 of the most common mistakes that people make on their two-handed backhand. This is very common, particularly on beginners and intermediates, and it's something that has to do with the grip and the elbows when we're swinging. The first one is most of the people that have two-handed backhand have one-handed backhand. We don't really see people that have two-handed forehand and then two-handed backhand. You know, like switching those grips is too much. So what happens many times is that they have the right hand, they have the forehand grip, and when they go to the backhand, all they do is they have the right hand, the eastern grip on the forehand grip, and then on the two-handed backhand they just grab the racket with the left hand. So what happens is that you end up with the back of the palm in front of you. This is the number one mistake that most people do, that they don't actually bring those knuckles on top in order to generate more this angle. So what happens is you have the forehand grip, they grab it, they bring it back, and if you look at yourself, if you have the chance to look at yourself on video, you know, or even go home, grab the racket, you know, and stand in front of the mirror and make some swings there. If you see that your arm and the racket go in a straight angle like this, that means that you're having the wrong grip here. You gotta bring those knuckles on top in order to generate more of this angle. If you have the forehand grip on your backhand, you're not gonna meet that ball in front of you. You're always gonna be kind of late because this is where it feels comfortable. But if I meet the ball in front of me, I have to twist that wrist. So that's mistake number one, that you wanna have. It could be the grip, or even if you have the right grip, sometimes people just prepare the racket straight down this way instead of letting the head of the racket on top of the grip to generate that snap. The second mistake is the second and the third mistake is the elbows. They swing, and when they're swinging, they have the T-Rex swing, which is instead of thinking like you're gonna grab a sack of potatoes. That's the example that I always give. You have a sack of potatoes, you're gonna toss it over the net. How do you do that? You don't put your elbows right by the ribs and toss it. The way you naturally do it, you just grab it and toss it. So you use the arms and you use the core, especially from the hips up of your body to work. I mean, the legs work, you know, but that's something that we add to our game. It's not as much of a natural process that we do. Actually, most people will probably start bending over and then tossing the sack like that. So you want to pay attention to those elbows close here, separate them from the body so you can extend through the ball. You can extend hitting that while you hit through the ball, and you separate those elbows. Just let them separate naturally, hitting through the ball. And the third one is how you finish. A lot of people, you want to pay attention to your right elbow when you finish. If you're a righty, you hit here, and people finish, and many times they finish with this elbow, the right elbow down here. If you finish with the right elbow here, many times you're gonna finish with the left elbow down as well. So if you're thinking, I want to pay attention to this elbow and finish bringing it more on top here, if you pay attention to that elbow, both arms are gonna end up in this position. So that's something that that's an easy fix if you remember about the right elbow. So remember, just pay attention to your grip, pay attention to what position you have the racket, you know, in relation with your arm. You probably have the right grip, but you have the wrong position on the racket. You're not gonna snap like you can do here. The second one, careful with the T-Rex swinging. Okay, separate those elbows. And I don't think about separating. You just think like, just go natural. Just think about the sack of potatoes you want to toss over the net. And the third one, think of a right elbow on the position at the end. You're not gonna finish every single shot with the both elbows up, but that's the idea that you wanna have on the swing. Eventually, you're gonna find out that depending on the kind of shot that you wanna make, and depending on the incoming shot too, sometimes you're gonna finish with this elbow a little bit lower, same as this one, okay? But that's pretty much depending on the circumstances. But in the end, initially, what you wanna learn is have both elbows up, okay? All right, guys, well, I hope it helps. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.